Welcome back, Wargamers, to my next installation of my review of the Throne of Skulls, Army Lists, and Army Bonuses. So I am going to be doing the Kingdoms of Men. If time allows, I'll do the full thing. If not, I might have to cut it in half. But we'll see. So, starting off, we have the Rangers of the North, Army Composition. This army may include Arathorn, Aragorn, Strider, Halbarad Dunedain, Rangers of the North, and Rangers of Arnor. Army bonus. He's one of them Rangers, they're dangerous folk they are. A force that contains models solely from the Rangers of the North army list may take up to 100% of their warriors with bows, even if this takes them beyond the bow limit. Kind of obviously. Rangers of the North and Dunedain may lead warbands of up to 6 models. So, this is much better than the current way they're made. Obviously, you don't have Warriors of Arnor, but you have, this is the full Grey Company. There is actually no twins in this particular one, so this isn't quite Grey Company, it's Rangers of the North. But the fact that Dunedain and Rangers of the North can lead warbands is really good. It's only a half warband, so when you add the points up, you're probably paying the same price you would for a really cheap captain anyway. But it's still really nice that you can split up your warbands that way and have a lot of cheap heroes to lead guys. Numenor, Army Composition. This army may include Elendil, High King of Gondor, and Arnor, Isildur, Captains of Numenor, and Warriors of Numenor. Army bonus. One by one, the free lands of Middle-earth fell to the power of the ring, but there were some who resisted. Models from this army list increased their courage by 1. So, pretty much there's nothing changed from... there's nothing changed from previous Numenor except that a pure army gets 1 to their courage. A note on the Rangers of the North real quick. They're probably very shooting, being as they will always have 100% bows, and not just if you add the Dunedain in people. So you'll have a lot more models, probably, and a lot more bows. So they're definitely going to be a very much skirmish and shooty list if you play them pure. So yeah, as I said, with Numenor, probably going to be pretty much the same. You're just a little bit braver. Minas Tirith, Army Composition. This army may include Aragorn, King of Lesar, Gandalf the White, big thing, Gandalf can lead. Minas Tirith has a caster now, so that actually helps Minas Tirith out a lot. Denethor, Steward of Gondor, Boromir, Captain of the White Tower, Faramir, Captain of Gondor, Peregrine Took, Guard of the Citadel, Beargond, Madril, Captain of Ithilien, Damrod, Ranger of Ithilien, Kirian, Lieutenant of Amon Barad, Knight of the White Tower, Captain of Minas Tirith, King of Men, Warriors of Minas Tirith, Knights of Minas Tirith, Ranger of Gondor, Citadel Guard, Guard of the Fountain Court, Osgiliath Veteran, Battlecry, Trebuchet, and Gondor Avenger Bolt Thrower. Army bonus. You are men of Gondor. Whatever comes through that gate, you will stand your ground. Models from this army list increase their courage value by 1. So Gandalf is actually courage 8, unless there's a -1 modifier. So army bonus is fairly good. Considering that you have a caster in the army now, extra good that you have that, because you don't really need to ally outside of it. Particularly considering Throne of Skulls is at 1,000 points, Gandalf the White's definitely going to be in these armies if people are playing it more competitively, because you've got a pretty strong caster who can lead troops. It finally makes Gandalf the White actually worth it, because he can actually bring something to the army besides just himself, and it's yet another good army that's getting the ability to more easily compete without having to bring allies, because most armies you need magic to win a tournament, really. Actually, really any army needs magic to win a tournament. And not many good armies have magic in the list, so it's good to see more armies that can stay pure without getting absolutely destroyed by magic. Sadly, elves and dwarves still don't seem to have very much. Well, high elves and dwarves don't seem to be getting casters in their armies, besides Thorn's Company, but that's Thorn's Company. No troops, not a regular faction. The Fiefdoms, Army Composition. This army may include Prince Imrahil of Dol Amroth, Forlong the Fat, Angbor the Fearless, Duinhir, Captain of Dol Amroth, Knight of Dol Amroth, Men-at-Arms of Dol Amroth, Axemen of Lossark, Clansmen of Lamadon, and Blackfoot Vale Archers. Army bonus. For the White City, all models from this army list gain the Dol Amroth for Gondor special rule found in the Knight of Dol Amroth's profile. So pretty much it's the same thing, except, if you've noted, no dead. There are no Army of the Dead, no Warriors of the Dead, no King of the Dead, nobody who's dead. So other than losing that, they will probably play very similarly, except that people probably feel that they don't always need people of Dol Amroth in every fight for Imrahil's banner if they bring a pure army of this. But yeah, you lose the dead, otherwise they are pretty similar. So unless you bring the dead a lot with this army, you're probably playing very similarly, or maybe even the same. Now we find out where those guys went. The Dead of Dunharrow. Army composition. This army may include King of the Dead, Warriors of the Dead, and Riders of the Dead. Army bonus. The dead do not suffer the living to pass. The King of the Dead gains the Harbinger of Evil special rule. Additionally, warbands from this army list that contain between 8 and 12 models do not need a hero to be the captain of the warband. Instead, one of the warriors within the warband takes on the role of the warband's captain for the purpose of deployment. So pretty much, this is how they counter no captains of the dead being in existence. So you pretty much just bring the king and as many dead as you can, and they deploy in separate warbands, similarly to how the Dark Denizens of Mirkwood now work. So, if anybody does decide to bring it, it'll look cool, and you can actually now play at Throne of Skulls, and if they keep these changes, you will actually be able to play a full army of the dead without bringing in unfluffy options. Arnor, army composition. This army may include Arvedui, Last King of Arnor, Malbeth the Seer, Captains of Arnor, Warriors of Arnor, Rangers of Arnor, and Hobbit Archers. Army bonus, Protect the King. Models from this army list may automatically pass courage tests whilst within 6 inches of Arvedui, Last King of Arnor. That's pretty key, because there's low courage in this army. The highest it gets is 3, and your regular warriors are 2, so a +1 to your courage, not +1 to your courage, auto pass within 6 inches of Arvedui is actually really, really handy. You can't really deal with magic still if you get this army bonus, same as pretty much every other one if you don't have a caster in the army. But it is a pretty neat army bonus as is, and considering Throne of Skulls might not have as much competitive magic, it actually will work really well. If this is a permanent change and permanent bonus, I don't know entirely how many people are going to bring it, unless magic, of course, gets nerfed and people can resist it much more easily. As far as what they've added to it, it's pretty much the old Arnor, because it used to be Arnor and Grey Company, now it's this. I like that they still have Rangers of Arnor, because that way you have some Arnorian shooting. But you've also got the Hobbit Archers, because in the lore, the Hobbits went to help out with Arnor, which is really nice. And, you know, you can buff your numbers that way, because Hobbit Archers are really good archers. They're as good as the Rangers of Arnor as far as archery is concerned, and a lot cheaper. So they're a really good pick. I definitely think that's quite a help to the Arnor faction. Rohan, army composition. This army may include Theoden, King of Rohan, Theodred, heir of Rohan, Eomer, Marshal of the Riddlemark, Eowyn, Shield Maiden of Rohan, Meriadoc, Knight of the Mark, Erkenbrand, Captain of Rohan, Gamling, Captain of Rohan, Hama, Captain of Rohan, Grimbold of Grimslade, Ael the Young, Captains of Rohan, King's Huntsmen, Warriors of Rohan, Riders of Rohan, Rohan Royal Guard, Rohan Outriders, and Sons of Ael. I don't think there's any difference there. Additional rules. Riders of Rohan within this army list do not count towards your force's bow limit. Same thing as it's been. Army bonus. Now, the difference between additional rules and army bonus, additional rules, if you ally someone in, you still get that rule. Army bonus is only if you're 100% pure of that army. Okay, it's Ride for Ruin and the World's Ending. Mounted models from this army list gain +1 strength on a turn in which they charge. That's pretty insane. Now, obviously, Rohan hasn't been the most competitive faction, largely because magic and monsters can dismount them, but considering that you all get +1 strength when you charge. That's like Strength 5 Heroes, Strength 4 Warriors, Strength 5 Sons of Ale. And for goodness sake, Eomer's going to be Strength 6 on the charge? That's actually really, really nuts. Obviously, you're sacrificing a caster, so that you are sacrificing quite a bit there, but as far as army bonuses go, that is really strong. I mean, a lot of these army bonuses are good, but this one is pretty crazy. 4 dice at Strength 4, where you were Strength 3. That is pretty good. Sons of Ale being Strength 5. Wow. And for the last one, for the good men, is Wild Men of Druadan. Army composition. This army may include Gonberrygon and Woes' warriors. Army bonus. Wild men have long ears and long eyes. Know all paths. Models from this army list gain the Mountain Dweller special rule. Additionally, enemy models do not gain any benefits from the Stalk Unseen special rule or any such special rules that give similar benefits. So pretty much Elven Cloaks. Against models from this army list. Additionally, war bands from this army list that contain between 9 and 12 models do not need a hero to be the captain of the warband. Instead, one of the warriors within the warband takes on the role of the warband's captain for the purpose of deployment. So you can't have more than 12 Woses if you have an ally, but if you have a pure army of Woses, you can actually do that now. Without bringing in like Treebeard and stuff, because he's no longer in this army. So those are the Kingdoms of Men. And I think the changes they've made are quite good. I like that they split up Arnor. And I like that the dead were also removed from the fiefdoms. And Gandalf the Grey is in Minas Tirith. I think these are all actually pretty good changes. So, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Support your Hobbit hobby and Akmenruki Astu. Thank you.